Hi there, and welcome to my acting vlog. Now, this is a bit different because I noticed that I'm doing a few more of these, and so I figured doing day 1, 2, 3, X 255 might be a bit unhelpful down the track if like you or me are trying to look something up. If you then have to go through what day was it again, I thought I'll just name it topic. So, today's vlog is about movement and getting back into the body. Now, this acting class was awesome, really cool surprise. Had a wonderful movement teacher from Ellis come in, who I knew from WAPA back in the day, and it was really something. Wonderful person, really insightful and cookie, but knows their stuff, and that was really great. And this class really was great to be reminded of you know, movement training and bringing it back to the body and getting out of the head. That's, you know, one of my problems is I feel I'm quite heady. I did believe until now that, you know, I'm quite in my body, but you know, doing this class reminded me either that I've forgotten it or that I actually am not. So basically, I mean, it was funny because it was a bit of a leap of faith moment. You know, we danced to a piece of string and a piece of plastic and to a shoe. So it is that bit where you do think you're a stereotypical, like typical actors dancing to be a shoe. But what was interesting was that from that, actually, if you took the context away of like what the inspiration was and just looked at it, that could be something totally different. And, you know, in our example, I mean, we were unfolding plastic, but you had like jolts in there, and that reminded us, for example, of someone being shot or someone writhing in pain. So if you had that in a scene, instead of being like, how would I be if I was shot or writhing in pain, you can find a different stimuli even, that then, you know, you can focus on and to draw inspiration from, but your observer, the audience, doesn't know any better. So they'll just see you in the context of the scene and be like, damn, man, like, he dies really well, for example. So I thought that was a nice little nugget to take away. And then we did animal work, and obviously I'd say going back to the beginning actually of the body warm-up, the physical warm-up, so important, you know, to loosen up, to limber up, to make your body available. And I again noticed that I've been out of exercise for a while, and that I have to get back into my body, and it's simple warm-up exercise that you, like he says, you can be doing in front of the TV, and just basically activating your body and making it available, and waking up those joints and the muscles. You know, a bit different to your gym workout where you're like trying to pump iron or muscle. And yeah, so after that we did animal work, which was also fun and you know, entertaining. And it was interesting. Like, we used the elephant, for example, and they're often, if you're like, oh, be an elephant, you know, you're like, and you just stomp around, but that's not what it's about. Like, if you really think about the animals and don't just go with like your stereotypical first idea, but actually, you know, even watch it back, look at YouTube and other things, actually observe, there's so much more to it. And like with the elephant, you know, there's even a grace, there's the heaviness, but there's not like, they actually walk quite delicately and quite softly, things like that. And how would that then express itself? And then when you actually do that movement, what kind of character does that remind you of? What energy? And so also when you're thinking of script, how to maybe look at the script and be like, well, how would that be if this person was a elephant? You know, their animal was an elephant. or maybe be a hyena, for example, and try the script different ways with that physical information, and see what comes out of it. You know, the famous thing about The Sopranos, the actor who used a bear as inspiration for his character. So I guess definitely something to work with, and be interesting to investigate that more, or actually have an exercise where it's like, for this script you must use XYZ animal, and go into that and work with that. That'd be cool, because it's about using the essence, not the actual animal, and trumpeting around. So we did that again. It's not being self-conscious, but like letting that go. And again, it's so important being in a safe space with people you feel comfortable with, and a teacher you feel comfortable with. And that was definitely created there, and that was really great. Then we did also an exercise which was cool, because it reminded me of clowning. Like, I did learn some of the cock clowning training from WAPA, and I loved it. Really enjoyed it, the physical performance. And this one was like a really simple exercise. The direction was, you walk in, there's a letter on the chair, you take the letter, you sit down, you read the letter, you put the letter back down, you walk out. That was the only direction that you had. And me and fellow other actors, you put the acting into it, like you walk in and then you go like, and then you sit down, you open the letter and you go, and that's again, it's a head thing. It's like, oh, I now have to put something on instead of just doing it. And Ellis did like an example, and he walked in, and it's all about the rhythm, rhythm and pace. Actually, that was a really interesting one. Like, somebody asked, where's the difference between rhythm and pace? And personally, I feel pace is two-dimensional, so it's fast, slow, whereas rhythm is something that has three dimensions. Yes, it goes fast and slow, but it also goes up and down, and it has a melody to it. And that was the whole idea of, I feel this acting class was finding the rhythm in things, and how you can move in different ways and different paces, and how hard it actually can be if you think about it. Like, oh, I have to now find some rhythm. We did it as well. We did like a movement. Everyone had to find a movement, and how easy you fall into like a typical one, like galloping or something like that. And Ellis just showed us like how many different types there are, and how watchable it is. Like, he just did it, and he didn't put anything into it. Didn't put any face acting or anything into it, just different paces and rhythms, and it was so watchable. And that's what it's about, and that's what I want to learn, and that's my challenge to find as well. So very much looking forward to that, and working more on this and getting more into my body.